Okay, let's continue with the RHBL question 2. Okay, all these are on uh, bearings. Okay, bearings. Bearings. Three things you must take note of. The very first thing is first thing bearing, right? Always you start from the north. Okay, the north normally they point it vertically upwards, but certain questions they may point here, point there. Okay, so you just look out where which direction is the north direction. Okay, so this is the first thing you need to take note of. The second thing is when I say bearing of, let's say in this case C from A, right? C from A, what it means is that you are at A, you look north, that means you start from north lor. Start from north and then you turn clockwise until you see the C. Okay, so in other words I stand here. Okay, A, B, C, D, they're all flat on the ground. Okay, they're all points on the ground. So you stand here, then you are like a helicopter. You look down, there's this human being standing here, right? So this person will look north. Okay, then turn until he see this C. C is here, right? So this is the angle that's being traced out. So the bearing given to you is always 3-digit minimally lah. Okay, if it's not exact answer, then it's 1 dp. Alright, so this is all you need to know for bearing. Okay, so this is 47. Now you notice ACD is a straight line, straight road. Okay, so you just take note that this and this add up to 180 degrees. They are trying to tell you that this plus this is 180. Okay, then you have labeled this already, right? You know this. Then AC is 70. AC is 70. That means 70 is here only. It doesn't go all the way to D. Okay, AC is 70. Point B here, right, is due south of A. So north, south. Okay, see north, south. Then this is east, west, right? We men must go to NS. Okay, so this is south. That means I'm trying to tell you this is a straight line lah. Nothing one. I'm trying to tell you can use 180 minus 47 to get this. Okay, now let's start the question. So you understand everything already, right? Understand everything already. Oh, so this is 170. I missed this out. Okay, calculate the area of triangle ABC. Now, how to calculate the area of triangle ABC? Now, ABC is here. ABC. Oh, ABC. A, B, C, and this is 70, this is 80, and just now I mentioned, right, this is a straight line, so you can find this angle, which is 133. Okay, 133 plus 47 is 180 lah. So once you know this, right, you can use the half AB sine C. Let me check whether they give the answer. Oh yeah, it's all here. Okay, that will settle everything. Half AB sine C. And then you see, we always give the answer to, okay, 4SF can also. As long as it's more than 3SF is fine. Alright, but I would recommend 5 lah, because when we deal with angles, right, if you 4 only, it's 1 dp. Okay, like, you know what I mean? Like if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, you see, then it's 1 dp. So it's good that you have one more, then you can use this as your calculation value. Alright, that means you use this value to calculate all the answers. Okay, so that's all. Write the unit. And 3SF, remember 3SF, this is 1SF, 2SF, 3SF, right? Then you see, oh, must round up, so it's 2050. Okay, point number one is you cannot write 205. How can 2000 plus you round off become 200 plus? Doesn't make sense, right? Point number two, you cannot write point zero. Alright, I know there's a one decimal place here, but if you write point zero, you're not rounding off to 3SF, you're rounding off to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this zero is not significant, so don't write this. So this is your answer. Okay, I'm going to move on to part 2. Okay, now part 2, they tell us that, okay, what did they tell us? Oh, they want you to find CDB. Okay, so I check with you. After you have found this, right, must you label on your diagram? Now, for area, it's a little bit difficult to label. It's a little bit difficult to label because you label there, then you may confuse yourself, you see, because this is not a length, this is area. So this particular one, you just take note that you know the area of A, B, C already. You may need it later. Okay, so we try to find CDB now. CDB, where is it? Here. Can I easily find this angle? Let's see. I know this. Oh, I can find this, right? Which I already found. Then any other thing that I can find? Cannot already, right? I cannot find this, I cannot find this, and because I cannot find this, I cannot find this. So can I use alternate angle? Now, even if I use alternate angle, I draw this, then I know that this is 180 minus this, right? So this is 133. Or I can think of it as the Z here. Alright, so this is your 133, right? So this must be 133 also. Okay, now even if I find this, right, no use, I cannot find this. Correct or not? Okay, so it means that my initial strategy of looking at BCD is not useful, not helpful. Because this I cannot find this, I cannot find this, then I cannot use the friend cosine rule, I cannot use. So if one triangle that this angle belongs to doesn't help, right? You look at the other triangle. This angle also lies in ACD, right? So you use this triangle. Very likely you can use this to help you solve. Okay, I will redraw the diagram here. This is your A, D, and your B. And this is your 170. Okay, this one. The C I don't want to label because I don't want to confuse you. Okay, and you shouldn't be labeling it also. Oh, we know this. So we have a friend. Okay, can use sine rule maybe. And then we know this. Oh yeah, it's confirmed that we can use the sine rule because I know this. Okay, and then I'll find this, right? I know this and I know this. I can use sine rule already. Okay, so sine rule, I propose you write down something. You write down like that. You draw one line equal, then draw one line like that. Okay, then what do you have here? I want to find this CDB, right? Which is actually CDB, which is actually this angle. Okay, so I just write here sine of CDB. Always write the thing that you want to find on the top left hand corner. Okay, then later you can just throw this the other side, as in multiply this. Okay, over 80 because that's a friend, right? The opposite friend. Then if I have a sine here, right, it must be sine of this angle 133. And who's the friend of this fella? 170. Then now, right, I can multiply both sides by 80. Okay, so you times 80 here, and then times 80 here, this 80 will disappear, right? Times 80 on the left, times 80 on the right, you will end up with this. Okay, but that's not all. They want you to find this CDB, right? So CDB, you have to inverse sign both sides. Inverse sign here, this sign will disappear. Inverse sign here, you will have this. Then you go and press calculator. Please try pressing calculator and see whether you can get the answer, okay? So this is the answer. Oops. Okay, I put here. So we have done this, done this, done this, done this. Okay? So can you see that this is not 3SF, this is 1 dp, okay? Because it's an angle in degree. And then down here, can you see that I put the 5SF value? Why? Because I may need it later. Can you see? This was used later. Okay? Now, after I have found this CDB, I update my diagram. It's an angle, right? I update my diagram. And I update with the 20.131. 20.131. I don't use the rounded off answer, okay? So this angle here is 20.131. Not 20.1, please. Okay, after that, I move on to the next part. What do they want me to find? Bearings. Done already, all this done already. Bearing of D from B. Okay, so let's see. I erase this now, because the diagram looks very complicated. All this I read. Okay, so bearing of D from B. Okay, my eraser, something wrong with my eraser. Okay, bearing of D from B. From B means I need to stand at B. Where is B? Okay, wait. Stand here. Okay, I look north. Bearing of D from B, I turn clockwise direction until I see D. So what they want is this fella here. This whole angle here. Okay? Now, are you able to find this angle? Of course. Why of course? Looking at this big one, this red big one, isn't it a triangle? And you already know the other two sides. Right? You already know that this is 133. You already know that this is 20.1 whatever. You can find this already. Okay. So let me okay. I mean that's the answer lah. Hey, I cannot click so you know lah. Okay, an important thing ladies and gentlemen, is this one. Bearing, do you remember just now we mentioned must be 3-digit number at least, right? No, unless you have a point something. So I cannot write 26 point something cannot. I must write this. Okay? Now let's do the next part. But must I label? Must I update? Of course you must. So this 26.839 26.839, you have to label here 26.839, 26.839, okay, which is this whole angle here. Alright, now what do they want? Bearing of B from D. From D means you are at D. You want to find where B is. Bearing of B from D. So you stand here. Okay, you look north. In this case, you need to draw your own north line. Use a ruler. Draw it parallel to this. Okay, then just now we already said that this is 133, right? Then we already found this, right? So you see how important it is to label this just now. And this what you call that? Interior angles you need to know. Alternate angles you need to know. Alright, sure come out one. Okay, okay, then now you want to find bearing of B from D, right? From D means you are at D. You look north. Then you turn until you see the B lor. So it's this whole thing. This whole thing. Okay, how do you find this whole thing? 360 minus 133 minus this lor. Finish already. So that's how you do bearing question. It's not difficult. Huh? Hey, where's my bearing question? Oh, here. You go and find these. Find this. Okay. Oh, this method is like that. 180 plus this one. Where does the 180 come from? Well, you remember a straight line is 180, right? So it's just 180 plus this one. They are using the Z. Okay. So this, just now we label here, right? That's why it's so important to label here. This angle here, okay, is the same as this angle here. I think a bit hang. Okay, never mind. This, I think you can see, right? The Z here, the Z here. So this is 26.839. So 180 here plus this one. Okay, so that's all for 2B. Sorry, 2A. Finish already. Okay, now we go and take a look at oh, I think I didn't copy the question. Let me, sorry, copy the question now. Oh, I think I know what they want already. They told us, okay, you refer to your own question, okay? You refer to your own question. They told us that there is this height. Okay, I can't remember whether it's a building or a tree. Okay, I made a separate video for one of you on YouTube on this particular thing Okay, but what happened is this at this particular point here, right? Let me try and see whether I can change the color. Okay, can already. Okay, so what happened here, right, is at this point here, D, right, there is this building or this tree, like, you're going to read your question. So this tree, right, A, B, C, D, all these points are on the floor. This tree is standing like that, exactly like that. So what do I mean? It means that if you look at this computer keyboard, right, A, B, C, D, they are all like flat on the floor. Then at the D there, you see this D there, right? At the D there is like this building. Okay, so you see from this angle, right, if I were to look at it, slanted. Okay, can you see that anything that's vertical, where it meets the ground or the floor, right, it must be a 90 degrees. Okay, and then from this point B to D, right, B to D is BTD. D is here, sorry, D is here. You read the question, this point, the top of the building is T. TDB is a right angle triangle. Okay, so this is what you need to know Okay, so how do I solve this next part? It's actually very simple. You just need to do your own right angle triangle. How do I do that? Just now I was trying to tell you, there's a building here. And this building, right, the top of the building is called T. You read the question? It's called T. So I'm going to use blue color to represent things in the air, okay? So this line here also in the air, joining to this point B. Okay? So I'm trying to ask you whether you can see that this angle which it makes with the ground is 90 degrees. Okay? And if you can see that, if you can't see, you go and watch the previous video, okay? TD, or you can ask me, alright? And then your this BD, 170, right? You wanna find this height, right? And they tell you the angle of elevation, you read the question, okay? I forgot to copy the question into this note. You read the question, the angle of elevation of T from B is 33. Okay? 33, you go read your question. So this is 33. That means to look up from B to T, right? This is 33. Then you can do it, How to do? This is the angle we know, so this must be called the opposite side. Okay? Then this is hypotenuse, right? So the last one must be adjacent. Then I use tangent of this angle equals to opposite over adjacent. Okay? Then I multiply 17 both sides. Then I can get my answer already. Okay? Please actually you should put to 5 SF first. Let me see. 170 times tangent 33. Answer is 110.40. Okay, that's the 5 SF answer. Then after that, then you round off to 3 SF. Okay? Yeah. Then you can label on your diagram here lah. Label on your diagram here. Now the last part, shortest distance. I think I need to now look for the question because I don't know what shortest distance they want. Wait. I forgot to copy this out. Okay. Let me copy this whole thing over. Then we will know what's going on. Okay, so what they want is this one. Okay, I put here. Calculate the shortest distance from A to BD. Oh, very simple. Okay. Again, I use blue. A to BD, right? I want the shortest distance. It must be the perpendicular distance from A to BD. That means where A meets, where the line from A meets this BD, right? It must be a 90 degrees. Okay. So may I ask you whether you should use this right angle triangle, the one at the bottom, or the one at the top? Okay, so I analyze with you. If I use the one at the bottom, this is a right angle triangle, right? This is my A, this is my B. Do I know this length? I don't know. This 170 is this whole thing. Do I know this length? That's what I want to find. Okay? Do I know this length? I know this length. Very good. Okay? Okay, now, do I know any of the angles? I know this is 90, and I know that this is 26.839. I can find the answer already. How? Okay, opposite, hypotenuse. So I use sine. Okay, sine of this 26.839 equals to D opposite over 80. Then I don't want the 80, right? I times 80 both sides. This 80 will be gone. There's a 80 coming out here. Okay, then I press calculator, get my answer. That's how you get this particular value. Okay, then round to 3 SF. That's all. Now I want to tell you something. I raised this. I think you all know what to do. If I were to try to use the other side, is it possible? That means the bigger triangle. A, D, and this one, let's say I call this point E. This is a right angle triangle, right? Just now this was E. Okay. Do I know this angle? Don't know. This angle, oh yes, this angle very good. I know. 201.13. Don't know what. Okay. Do I know this length? I don't know. I don't know, right? I don't know. Do I know this length? I don't know. I don't know. I only know that this long one is 170, but I don't know this this shorter one. I don't know. Do I know this? I don't know. So you cannot use this one. Okay? Yeah, so in the exam or whatever, right? You just see carefully which one you can use. Which one you can use. Here. Okay, so that's how we do this particular question. Okay, now let's move on. Uh, I think I do another video because my this note like hanging.